We find well, dear viewers for Nation TV, and welcome to the English news edition beginning by top stories. The First Lady Angeline Ndayishimiye joined the Easter celebrations with the Femme Intwari Association, where she called on women to lead in community development and to actively participate in the upcoming elections. The ceremonies also included visits to a hospitalized member of Femme Intwari and to the Nyongabo Foundation orphanage, with the donations made to support vulnerable children. And in our news, we also headed to Cibitoke province, whereby Belgium Deputy Prime Minister Maxime Prévost visited several youth-led initiatives supported by Enabel. During his visit, he praised Enabel's contribution to agriculture and livestock development in Burundi and reaffirmed Belgium's commitment to strengthening ties with the country. These were headlines. Welcome to news in detail. I'm Joseph Modindajambo. Arrival this Sunday morning of the President of the Republic of Guinea-Bissau, General Umaro Sissoco Embalo. He was welcomed at Mekyo Ndadaye International Airport of Bujumbura by the Minister of Defense and Veterans Affairs, Alain Tibere Mutabazi. The President of Guinea-Bissau is on a two-day official visit to Burundi. And then the Guinea-Bissau head of state was received privately by his Burundian counterpart, Evariste Ndayishimiye. The two heads of state also signed the guest book before traveling to Gitega. A huge crowd of Burundians gathered along the way, demonstrating the legacy, the hospitality that has always characterized Burundians. Not that arrived in Gitega political capital, the two presidents visited the mausoleum where the late President Pierre Nkurunziza rests. As I said in top stories, First Lady Angeline Ndayishimiye joined the Easter celebrations with the Femme Intwari Association, where she called on women to lead in community development and to actively participate in the upcoming elections. The ceremonies also included a visit to hospitalized member of Femme Intwari and to the Nyongabo Foundation orphanage, with the donations made to support vulnerable children. Emma Grodia Ishime reports.
The Easter celebrations were graced by the presence of the First Lady Angeline Ndayishimiye. In her address, she called on women to be role models in community development initiatives and urged them to participate in the upcoming elections. The president of Femme Intwari Association highlighted that women are the cornerstone of sustainable development, both within their families and for the nation as a whole. She encouraged all women to promote peace and security and to take the lead in joining cooperatives to strengthen economic resilience. The ceremonies were also marked by a visit to Micheline Ngayabusha, a member of Femme Intwari who is currently hospitalized at Hwakeled Hospital. She received support and assistance from her fellow members. Following this, the delegation visited the Nyongabo Foundation orphanage in Maramvya, home to over 100 orphans and vulnerable children. The orphanage was provided with donations of food and beverages. The president of the Nyongabo Foundation expressed his gratitude to Femme Intwari Association for their generosity. It is also worth noting that the First Lady personally contributed 100 million Burundian francs to support a child suffering from a heart condition.
In the Bururi province now, CNDD of the Party Secretary General Reverend Kurio recommends the good coexistence between the Bagumyabanga and the members of other political parties and their contribution to safeguarding peace and security. He made this statement this Saturday during the closing ceremonies of the demonstration of force held in the 7 extended communes of Burunga province. This Saturday, it was the turn of Bururi commune. Now we headed to Cibitoke province, as I said in top stories. The Belgium Deputy Prime Minister Maxime Prévost visited several youth-led initiatives supported by Enabel. During his visit, he praised Enabel's contributions to agriculture and livestock development in Burundi and reaffirmed Belgium's commitment to strengthening ties with the country. Emma Gloria Ishime once more.
We are in Rugombo Commune, Cibitoke Province, where Belgian Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs and Development Cooperation Maxime Prévost witnessed several initiatives led by local youth with the support of Annabelle Cooperation Agency. During his visit, Mr. Prévost expressed his appreciation for Annabelle efforts in Burundi, particularly in promoting agriculture and livestock farming in the provinces of Kirundo and Cibitoke, where the agency has a strong presence. In Cibitoke specifically, the Deputy Prime Minister was able to observe firsthand the projects aimed at boosting rice cultivation. Various farming cooperatives supported by Annabelle showcased their harvests, while other groups involved in the processing of agricultural products also presented their achievements made possible through Annabelle assistance. The cooperatives offered the Belgian Deputy Prime Minister gifts derived from their harvests as a token of appreciation. Mr. Prévost emphasized that his visit to Burundi was part of a broader mission to strengthen the long-standing ties between Belgium and Burundi.
Thanks indeed, Magoria Ishime, for these details. And now, the Association of Evangelicals for Holistic Development in Burundi organized on a Saturday a workshop to raise awareness among leaders of young servants on their contribution to the development of the country. The president of that association has then called on the youth to avoid manipulation during the electoral periods. Maurice Mihigwe reports.
Those teachings to this young generation aimed at sensitizing them not to be manipulated by politicians at the eve, during and after elections. The president of this association, Edmoga Kiza, reported that they have chosen the youth as they are the most touched during this period.
As the church, we believe that the youth and children are the pillar of the church. So we have organized this workshop in order to encourage the young ministers, especially those who are the leaders in the various churches, to remind them their role in the church, but also to give them some advices that can help them, can support them to contribute in the development of the country.
The attendants has also reported that they gained a lot throughout this workshop. They have also prayed for national leaders for the success of Burundi vision, an emerging country and a developed one, but also for diplomatic ties between Burundi, Rwanda, and DRC.
Now closing our news, this is Saturday, April 27. New leadership structures were established within the Burundi National Olympic Committee, the body that brings together the country's various sports federations. Lydia Nsekera was once again instructed by the members of to lead this committee. In her speech, she reaffirmed her commitment to continuing the efforts already underway and to implementing Burundi's strategic vision, an emerging country by 2040 and developed country by 2060. Jackson Irakoze has more.
This meeting, presided over by Madame Lydia Nsekera, President of the Burundi National Olympic Committee, had as its primary objective the erection of a new leadership team. After presenting and explaining the electoral process to the members, while also addressing certain irregularities noted during the review of the application files, the official list of candidates read aloud. Lydia Nsekera, who was already heading the Senate, also announced her candidacy for re-election. The Electoral Commission, responsible for overseeing the election, then introduced the candidates who each presented their visions and their priorities for the coming term. In her speech, Madame Lydia Nsekera reaffirmed her commitment to continue promoting sport development in Burundi in alignment with the country's strategic emerging country by 2040 and a developed nation by 2060. Among the other candidates were Salvatore Bigirimana, running for the position of Secretary General, and Jean-Claude Nyukuri, contesting for the role of Treasurer General. After the voting process was explained, the delegates received their ballots and proceeded to the voting board. At the conclusion of the vote, Lydia Nsekela was re-elected as a president with 42 out of 46 votes. Jean-Claude Nyukuri and Salvatore Bigirimana were both elected with 43 votes each, assuming the roles of Treasurer General and Secretary General respectively. Following this first phase, the Assembly continued with the election of heads of specialized commissions, followed by the election of the Senate's vice president. The proposed list for these laws was approved by 34 votes out of 46. At the end of the elections, Lydia Nsekela warmly thanked the members for their renewed confidence and pledged to continue bidding on the achievements of her previous term. It is worth noting that the elected committee will last 4 years.
Well, and our news edition. Thanks, Nena, for watching. Programs continue at the Nation TV. Stay tuned.